Hi friends, Simit here from InformedTrades.com. Today is March 17th, 2014. Time for our daily Forex chart review. Basically in these sessions each day at around 8:15 a.m. New York time. Unfortunately, we are a little bit late today. I apologize for that. But anyway, at this time, I review the Forex charts as I see them, the daily charts on 20-some Forex pairs, share my analysis, the trades I'm taking, any adjustments I'm taking to it, making to it, existing positions as well. If the terminology I'm using is unfamiliar to you, or if you have would like to learn more or share your knowledge about a wide variety of types of trading, markets to trade, all sorts of information, all to help traders learn, check us out at InformedTrades.com, register, participate, get started with your trading education. We can all learn together. Okay, let's go to the charts. Right now is a chart of Kiwi Dollar. So New Zealand dollar really was the story of the Forex market last week. It rallied significantly on the news that the Reserve Bank of New Zealand would increase interest rates overnight, becoming the first major economy to raise rates so far. So we're seeing, you may debate whether this is a meaningful trend. In my opinion, it is from a fundamental perspective. New Zealand was the first big economy to raise its rates. We saw Russia do it. We saw Turkey do it. Turkey with the big move. South Africa do it. Now we're seeing New Zealand do it. So is this going to be a trend that continues? I believe it will. I think it's going to have a lot of implications. Also, for those who are interested in the carry trade, buying currencies with a high interest rate, you now see the strategy playing out. New Zealand dollar raises interest rate, the currency started rising. Anyway, I was not in a trade at the moment, so that's okay, or at least I was thinking about doing a short trade, which I'm glad I didn't. That would not have turned out well. I am, however, in trades actually 5 trades at the moment, and struggling a little bit on these trades. Let's go to Euro Kiwi as the first trade to take a look at. Okay. Zoom in a little bit. So I entered at the black line. My stop is at the red line. Let's take a look at the 4-hour chart. Okay, so let's see if the market continues to respect this as a support level, this dashed gray line. I entered at this black line. My stop is at this red line, so my stop is very close. However, the market did bounce off here. It did bounce off here. So we'll see. But in any event, let's actually change this back to the daily. That's the way it is now. I'm not really doing anything. To me, this is a range-bound, or this is a potential accumulation. So I think we could be seeing buying going on here, and hopefully that paves the way for a move here. But we'll see. That's Euro New Zealand. Euro Kiwi is another one. Okay, so now this position is now slightly in the money for me. I got long after this candle, this big candle. I got long here, right? So I saw this big candle, Morningstar pattern off support. I saw this price. I put the order in to go long here. Price came down, filled it. Now we are slightly above my entry point. If price can close above this dashed orange line, which is a minor resistance level, market showed us resistance here and here, I'll move my stop to break even. So nothing to do on my 2 long Euro trades at the moment, although Euro Swiss is looking a little bit more favorable than Euro Kiwi. Let's go to the Canadian dollar pair. I'm long Canada Yen. Okay. I'm long Canada Yen at that black line. My stop is at the red line. So today is a nice, after a couple big down days, it looks like the market was treating this dashed gray line as support. So let's see if the market continues to do that. If it does, then it goes back. I'm still waiting for a close above this orange line before I give my stop to break even. So still have a ways to go on this one. But I think it's a little encouraging that the market is finding this as support rather than coming back down here. So we still have a little bit of a pattern of higher lows in place, which I think is encouraging. So nothing really to do on that one either. I do dislike, having my. I like to move to break even as fast as I can. However, I'm not trying to rush the process. So I think there's a little bit of art of moving to break even. You do it too soon, and it's not really a good thing. But I do like to see price move quickly in my favor. If it moves quickly and strongly in my favor, then I can move to break even. When it doesn't, I get a little concerned. And one of the things I want to contemplate modifying about my trading style, or one way I think I can improve it, is to identify, if it doesn't move in my favor, if I'm not able to move a position to break even in X amount of time, just close it out, because it's probably not going to work. I haven't exactly figured out the exact science behind that or the rules I want to use, but that's something I'm considering. Aussie Swiss. So on this position, my stop is a break even. I entered at this black line here, or it's now a red line because I entered at this red line where now my stop is. I moved to the break even once it closed below this orange line here. Big up day though, so that's not too good. Let's take a look at the 4-hour chart. Okay. Well, hopefully the market is finding this to be a. Let's add that in. Horizontal line. Hopefully the market is finding that based on these candles here to be a meaningful, and this candle right here to be meaningful. This gray and darker. Make it dashed. Okay, so hopefully the market is finding that to be resistance, and we'll proceed to head back down south. We'll see. Let's go back to the daily, and let's go to Aussie US dollar. So I think the short story is that, these markets are still kind of range bound. Aussie US dollar is looking the most discouraging because it looks like it could be finding the 50 simple moving average as support. So we'll see. We'll see how that plays out. But in any event, there's nothing really I can do on any of these currency pairs. I could. They're not hitting my stop. In some instances, they're still a little far away. I could close it out. Part of me is thinking that, but I don't want to make any rash decisions, and I don't really want to modify my trading plan just yet. I want to think about the rule set a little more and make sure I clearly understand when I would prematurely close a position. Okay. So those are the positions I have on. I am at maximum risk exposure, meaning I have 4 positions on, and if my stop, I actually have 5 positions on, the ones that break even. If all my stops get hit at now, I would be down 1%, and I don't want to be in a position where it is ever more than that. So there's no real room to put on more trades, and that's why it's kind of imperative to get to break even a little quickly because I am missing out on opportunities this way. Euro Aussie, this is the inversion of Aussie Swiss. I am, just like this black line is the equivalent of my entry point in Aussie Swiss. I still think it's a good buying opportunity. So just like I think Aussie Swiss is a reasonable short opportunity, but we'll see. It makes sense technically. Let's see if it works out. Euro Canada. Okay, still waiting for the pullback. We see this with all the Canadian dollar pairs. Got to pull back. Broke out of the price channel. Let's see if it can pull back. Nothing until we get a decent pullback, at least in my style of price action swing trading. Euro Swiss we took a look at. Euro Pound. I love to see these trends. Euro Pound. This is yeah. Well, I'd mentioned this. This is a great short, but I don't have the risk tolerance for it. So here, this is really. If you do have risk capacity for it, you may want to consider shorting Euro Pound. Great downtrend, so we get to trade with the trend right off the 200 moving average. We have a basically 100% retracement from here down to here. Reversal candlesticks off the 200 exponential moving average. Price could easily head back down. But I don't have the risk tolerance for it, so I won't be shorting euro pound. Euro yen risk allocation. I don't know if risk tolerance. I guess you could say risk tolerance. Euro yen. Yeah, still waiting for a big pullback. Just to give you an idea, and I still on the weekly chart you can see my annotations. Yeah, mark is clearly reversing at 137.80. That seems to be a major level. We do have a pattern of lower highs, right? This high is lower than this one. That's a little point of concern. But if price falls back to the 137.80, I could be very interested in buying, assuming assuming I'll have the risk tolerance for it. Okay, so that's euro yen, euro kiwi. We looked at. We are in that position. Euro US dollar. Okay, looks a little bearish to me, but I wouldn't short it from here. If anything, I'd really still like to see it pull back to 136.88 right here. That'd be a really sweet entry level to ride an uptrend. I think euro dollar is clearly in an uptrend now. Let's take a look at the weekly chart. Yeah, and this trend line is pretty solid. You could also make a point or a case that I think the uptrend started in June of 2012. And so if we can touch this, any point in this trend line would be perhaps an interesting buying point, especially if we can intersect with a horizontal support level. So that's euro dollar. Nothing at the moment. Still waiting for a pullback. I would say a pullback to 36.88. This would be a really nice entry spot. That does it for the euro. Let's go to the pound. Pound Aussie. Yeah, still waiting for more of a pullback. We do have a pattern of lower highs in place, so that's a little concerning. But if we can pull back to 81.43, I think it depends on. I would now, if we did pull back this black line here, 81.43, I would like to see if we see any candlesticks or what the candlesticks can tell us. I'd also like to see it, especially if it occurs all the way out here. I don't know, that seems a little far away, but if it can occur in late April, it's like a month from now. That'd be interesting. If we saw a really nice, the price just consolidated into this descending triangle all the way up until here, we close above this downward trend line, then I think price could really take off. And that's pound Aussie, pound Canada. Okay, pound Canada is now back in the price channel. And this could be an interesting long. I'm glad I was talking about going short this pair. But that's the problem with counter trend trading. You run right into support so frequently, or you run right into resistance, depending on which. It's the opposite trend. You run right into the main trend, I should say. Too quickly, which makes counter trend trading difficult to get a good reward risk, or the kind of reward risk that I would like. So this is pound Canada, 82.93. Potential entry point. I'm not entering. Like I said, my hands are tied at this moment in a way. But it could be. I could see the case for entering at 182.93. I would wait a little bit more, but maybe not much more. And I could see one more candle. I think would be pound Canada would be one to watch at this point. Pound Swiss. Okay, so we are seeing signs of the pound showing some strength, like it may have bottomed, and is getting ready to head higher. It looks like the pound Swiss has found support at this dashed gray line here. I wouldn't buy it, but I'd like to see it close, but get back to this channel. But this could be an interesting buying opportunity. I can see why some might. Pound yen. Okay. Yeah, I still would like to see if we can go to, come back down here. 164.22. That'd be interesting. It does seem like the pound Pound yen has found a support level where it's now at. So in general, I think there's a number of opportunities on the pound, basically, for the pound to rally. I'm seeing that across the board. You can just pick whichever ones you like the most. Pound Kiwi. Now this is interesting. Is pound Kiwi getting ready to rally? It might be. This looks like it's a range bound, or accumulation could be forming here. That's what I think when I see three candles like this. An outside bar today, or engulfing candle, I should say. Bearish engulfing. That's a little not the most encouraging. Pound dollar. Okay. Yeah, there's lots of opportunities in the pound. It does, in general, to me, look like the pound is getting ready to head higher. Part of me would like to close out an existing trade. I don't think I will, though. It seems a little too impulsive. But if I had, if I didn't have any positions on at the moment, I'd be interested in closing out or in getting some exposure to the long pound idea. Okay, so that does it for the British pound. U.S. dollar, dollar Canada. Dollar Canada, short dollar Canada here. This looks like it could be potential short. Still against the trend though, so I'm more interested in seeing if we can buy it. And I mapped out this trade here. If you entered here at 111 or 111.30, put your stop at 112.60 or so. But I didn't see enough of an opportunity, because you're going to run into support here. So I'd much rather just wait for price to fall here and see if I could buy it. Nothing yet on dollar Canada. We are getting closer to the pullback that we've been waiting for so long on the Canadian dollar. Dollar Swiss. Yep, great downtrend. Let's see if we can get a pullback though. I mean, this level here, 88.78. Some kind of a meaningful pullback on dollar Swiss before we could enter that. Dollar Yen. Yeah, this is another great opportunity to go long dollar yen. This is my favorite of the yen trades. If you don't have any exposure to, or if you're looking for a trade, I think long dollar yen at 101.31 is a good order at this point. And I think this is something you could target long term. Wait for weeks. Okay, so that does it for dollar yen, dollar Singapore. A fall to 125.75 could be interesting, or a rally to 127 and short from there could be interesting. Anything else, I don't see it at the time. So that does it for the dollar. I think dollar yen is an interesting opportunity. And dollar Canada, I'd be interested in buying that, but getting closer, not quite there yet. Canada Swiss, this is similar to Euro Canada. We're in a clear downtrend on Canada Swiss. If we get that pullback we've been waiting for in the Canadian dollar, been waiting for a while, basically since the start of the year. It hasn't happened, but when it does come, and at some point it's going to come, chances are it's going to be a big move. So we might get it, who knows, it may go all the way up to the top of this price channel here. And that could be an interesting short opportunity. But nothing yet on Canada Swiss. Canada Yen. Okay, I'm in this trade at the moment. I'm long. Got long on this black line. In hindsight, I really should have gotten long on this gray line here. Hindsight's always 20/20 though. Let's see how this trade pans out. So nothing in terms of going long Canadian dollar yet. Although I already have my long Canada Yen position. So I jumped the gun a little bit on that, but let's see if it can continue to rally. The one downside is we did see the 50 cross the 200 exponential moving average. So there's a term for this, the golden cross, the death cross, or something like that. But I think price action in general is fundamental or supportive of a long Canada yen trade. Okay. Now let's go to the Australian dollar. Aussie Canada. We're in that price channel, also at resistance. InformedTrades member DREBG has talked about shorting Aussie Canada. We could, at this level, at 10037, right around there. And I see that argument, I see the resistance level. I'm more interested in buying the dip if we can ever come back down to 98.53 or so. We'll see. Nothing at this time with Aussie Canada. Aussie Swiss we looked at, Aussie Yen. Okay. This is interesting. But Aussie Yen still striking this little range bound, so I'd be interested in shorting at 94.02 or going long at 88.09. I don't think there's any other opportunity, especially in light of the yen pairs. You know, I really want to focus on going long the yen pairs. So if price can fall to 88.09, I'd be interested in buying. Other than that, I don't think so. Aussie Kiwi. Yeah, Aussie Kiwi, great downtrend here. Let's see if we can get back to 107.50 or somewhere around there where there's going to be a level to short at. Other than that, you know, I think right now we're at support. Some people may find it to be a good long opportunity to go long because we are rallying off support here. Well, let's see though. And Aussie US dollar, we looked at this earlier. I'm short this pair. Here, this black line. Okay, so that does it for the Australian dollar pairs. Let's look at the New Zealand dollar pairs. Kiwi Canada. Still rallying strong. Yeah, if we get need a pretty sizable pullback. I mean, 92.11 at bare minimum at this point, 250 pips away. It's been a great uptrend, you know, for the Canadian dollar pairs. Now just still need that pullback though. I've been saying that for months now, but it's still true. Kiwi Swiss. Yeah, this is just like the Euro Kiwi trade I have on. So the market is still respecting this level, 74.95, which is supportive of my trade on Euro Kiwi. Nothing else really to do at the moment. Kiwi Yen. Okay. Kiwi Yen. If we can fall back down to 84, that'd be an interesting buying opportunity. Other than that, not so much. And Kiwi Dollar. Yeah, we looked at this earlier. Glad I didn't short this, so I probably should delete this red line because I didn't put on the trade here. Let's see if the market finds this as a meaningful resistance level, though. And this long wick suggested might, but we did have this big, now we have a bullish engulfing. So we'll see. This might be a distribution pattern, though. Let's see if we get a trading range and price heads down. So that's about it. I'm not placing any trades at the moment because I'm at full risk exposure. Like I mentioned, if all my stops get hit, my account balance will decline by 1%. I don't want to lose any more. Let's see if I'll be able to move my stop. If my stop gets hit for a loss, or if I move my stop to break even, or if I get hit for a profit. I need one of those three scenarios to occur on my existing trades before I can really do anything or put on more trades. So that's about it. Any questions you have, anything you want to add, join us at InformedTrades.com. Thanks, best of luck in your trading, and we'll see you tomorrow. Take care.